In this video, we are going to build this chat box support right here that can be integrated to any Next.js application or React application. So this is the first version of the project that I'm going to build this month. And so if you haven't watched my videos, previous video, I talked about the project that I'm going to build this month, and I split it into 3 versions, and today we're going to build the first version together, and you can check out more on this video right here for more detail. Anyway, let's get into the demo of the first version. So I have finished the first version and I also integrated to my website. And so as you can see right here, we have like this one in the corner of the website. When I click on this one, we have some nice animation that pop up, and also we can toggle it by this one as well. So as you can see, and so when it pop up, we show them the presets message, this one, welcome only day for whatever this message here. And also we have like the preset question. So this preset question right here is interactive, so it means the user can be able to interact with it. So if the user click on this one, so it will act as like the sending a message right here. So we render the message right here as like the user, and after that we respond with an answer, and also we render more question right here. So the question here is just like a filter out. So if you look at here, we have like 3 questions, like preset question, and if the user click on one of the question, we filter out this one to only choose only. And if the user keep going on asking on this one, so as you can see, we filter out of all of the preset question. And this version right here, everything is statics, and so it's really easy to build. So let me show you how to do it, and let's start coding. All right, so here I'm using my existing Next.js project. You also can use your existing React project as well. So the only thing that we're going to add is the two package that I'm going to use. So the first one is the frame of motion. So because we're going to use it with the animation, and another one is going to be React icons, because I'm going to use one of the icons from this one as well. So make sure you install both of it. And also my project right here, I am adding the chat CNs already. So make sure you set up as well. So I put the link on the installation and setups in the description, so make sure you do that. Okay, so right now I'm going to focus on building the component. So inside my existing project right here, inside my component folder, I'm going to create a component called chat support dot misspell this one, chat support.tsx. And right now, let's try to do snippet OFC right here. So this is going to be a client component. So for that, I'm going to use the use client. So if you are using with React.js, so the use client is no need for that. Okay. So since I'm on Next.js, that's why I need this one. And on the right side right here, so this is the preview of the my existing project. Okay. So right now, I'm going to import this chat support right here to the layout. So the reason I'm adding to the layout, because I wanted this component to exist on every page that the user navigate to in my application. So for that, let's go into the layout. And inside the layout right here, I'm going to put it between the inside the theme provider. So I'm going to adding the chat support right here. So if our layout is different, it's okay, because we write different code, right? So, but if you are adding like the themes, like dark mode and theme like that, so you want it to our component right here to access those themes. So you need to make sure to put it below the theme provider, inside the theme provider right here. Okay. So right now, if I scroll down right here, I should be able to see the chat support right here at the very bottom of the page, because I put it at the very bottom of the layout right here. So right now we need to position this one so that the user can see it easily. So right now let's go into this one and let's do fixed positions, and you can adjust this one on the position you want. So let's say I'm going to go into bottom 14th and then the right to 5. Okay, right to 4 or 5 right here. Okay. So right now, as you can see, it's below this one. That's looking good. So I'm going to keep it that way. Great. So right now, we need to change the chat support right here to the components, like the circle component that the user can click. We don't want to display this one. So for that, I'm going to remove the chat support right here, add another div, and let's give a width of this one to 20, height 20, and the BG of this one to 700. And so the color, if it's a little bit different, it's fine. So I'm using this one. And right now I'm going to add like the shadow of this one as well. So it looks something like this. Okay, really nice. So right now, if I wanted to make sure that this component is properly stand out on the web page, so as you can see, this is due to my other component that it's overlap. So the z index of this one is below than this one. That's why it's behind. So for that, I make sure it to be pop out. So it's gonna be like z10. Is it not? Let's do z20. Okay, so right now with z20, the component right here is pop out. So very nice. Great. So right now it's all good to go. So let's just make this one look a lot better. So first, I'm not going to use the div right here. I'm going to use the motion div. So because we're going to do some animation to this component later. So for that, let's do the motions.div, not this one. Motion.div. So the motion.div right here, the motion is coming from the frame of motion. I'm going to do the auto import right here by controlling dot. So as you can see, it's auto import for me. Let's hit save this one. And so right now we should see this one. So with the motion div right here, it's similar as a div, but we can access like the animation property. So for example, I can have like the initial right here. The initial, I'm going to do like the border radius to 50. So right now, as you can see, it's going to go circle. I think we need to refresh this one. So there you go. So right now it looks something like this. And for this one, I'm going to give the cursor of this one to pointer as well. So as you can see right now, it looks like this. So right now, when we click on this one, we want it to scale up, and then we going to like the width of the chat box. Okay. So for that, we're going to do the condition to our class name to change the width and height of this one. So for that, I'm going to use the cn. So the cn function right here is coming from the chat cn. And so if you install this one, you will have this one. So basically this one is a way like to merge like a Tailwind. It's also easily to do the condition as well. Okay. So I'm going to use this one, and let's do it right here. And we're going to do this one. So right now, when the user click on this one, we're going to change the width. So for that, we need to have a state to keep track whether this component is being clicked, it's being opened or not. So for that, we need to create a new state, and the new state is going to be is open, and then we're going to do sets open, and it's going to be equal to use state is equal to full on the initial, because on the initial, this one is full. And right now we're going to do on click on this one. So when it's on click, we're going to do set open this one to not open, not is open. So this one, and then so when we click, it's become true, and then so we can do the condition right here. So when it becomes true, I'm going to give the width to 96 and the height of this one to 34 rem, and the cursor of this one to default, and let's do is open. Okay, so when it's open, it do something like this. Right now, when I click on this one, so you can see it scale up to this one, which is nice. But right now, we do not have any animation at all. When the layout is changed, we do not have animation at all. So for that, we can just adding the layout to our motion div right here. So when I think we need to refresh this one. So when I click on this one, so you can see it scale up like this with a really nice animation. Great. So right now we need to change the border. So if you don't like this border, we can change as well. So for that, I'm going to animate this one. So let's say the border radius, if it is open, I'm going to do 10 L. Let's just keep it at 50. So now it looks something like this. So when we click, it scale like this. Okay, that's looking really good. Great. So right now we finished this one. So, and one more thing that I wanted to do is to, as you can see right now, when you click on this one, so the user can click on anywhere, it's going to close like this chat right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the specific component that the user click, it's going to close this one rather than they can click everywhere and close it. So for that, let's just keep on doing this one. So right now, first I'm going to add the icon to display that this is like the chat box right here. So just like this one right here. So as you can see, so basically this is just an emoji. So I can just copy this one, and let's come down here. I'm just gonna do the H1 here, and if you can see this one, and I'm gonna make this one to the center. So just do flex item center and then justify center. So it's gonna go into the middle right here. And right now I'm going to make this class name, the class name of this one to tag to, let's say 5XL. Yep, this one is good. And so right now when we click, we can see this one and it's closed, this one. Okay, so right now when we open this one, we don't want to see this one right here. And unless it's open, so we're gonna run, unless it's closed, we're gonna render this one. Okay, so for that I need to create a new state. Is going to be is display. Okay, is display, and then we're gonna do set display. The initial display is going to be true, and then so we're gonna do condition. So is display, and then we're gonna do n, and then we're gonna do this one. Okay. So right now, when we click on this one, we need to set display to false. All right. So when I click on this one, so you can see the display is gone. So when I click it again, but right now we do not show this one. So we need to listen on another event, which is on the animations and animation or animation complete. And then we're going to set the display right here to true. Okay. So right now, if we click this one, so you can see, really nice. Okay, that's good. So right now we can display and undisplay this one. Oops, once again, let's try to this one. So you can see when the animation, this one, it's gonna set this one to true. That's why it's become the same result. So right here, we need to check the condition if it is not open. Okay, if it's not open, then we're gonna do this one. So we're gonna set this one to true. Save this one. Once again, so when we open, you can see it's gone. So now it's back. All right, that's looking good. So now let's work on the chat header, which is display this one, and the button to toggle this one right here. So for that, I'm going to create another div inside here. I'm gonna give a class name, the width of this one to full, and the height of this one to full as well. And then inside here, we can have another div. That this div, we're gonna have this component chat right here. So I'm going to have an H1 that's gonna do like the chat right here. So if we go back, when we open, we should be able to see this. And for this one, let's give a class name of this one to P5. And let's give a text of this one to, let's say, 3XL. Yeah, maybe a little bit big, maybe 2XL, it's fine. Okay, this one's good for me. And then let's do the border B on this one. Okay, so right now, as you can see, when we untoggle this one, so we have like this one display. So we need to do the condition. This one only render when there's an open right here. Okay, so right now, if I save, it's gone. It's render only when we open this one. Great. So right now we need to add another icon to close this one. So for that icon, I'm using from the React icon. Let's go and do this one. And you can just search for minus. And I'm going to use this one icon right here. Let's say this one right here. So I'm just going to copy this one. Let's go on top. And then import this one. Let's go back into this one right here. Save. Go back. So we should be able to see this. So for this one, let's just do flag item center, and then you justify this one in between. And now it looks something like this. And for this one, let's give it a class name of the width of age, height of age as well, and a cursor of this one to pointer. There you go. So right now, we wanted to only when the user click on this one, we're gonna close this one. But right now, if you click, you can see everywhere else is going to do this one. So for that, we need to set the condition if is not open. So if it's not open, so we're gonna run this condition, and else we're gonna run the onClick in here. So when we onClick on this one, basically we're gonna set the open right here to false. Okay, so right now if you click on anywhere, it's not working unless you click on this one. So you can see right now it's all good to go. Great. Voila, that's nice. So right now we finish our chat header and our animation that pop up this one. So the next step that we're going to do is to build all of this component right here. So let's do that. All right, so for this component right here, I split this one into 3 sub components. So the first component is this one right here. So this is like a bot component that's going to display the message. And this component right here, this one right here that we hover on this one. This is going to be a preset component, like a preset question component. And we have this one component right here. This is like a user chat component. Okay, so this three right here. So right now, let's just try to build this one. So for that, let's come here. I'm going to create this one. I'm going to call this one like a bot. And just gonna return. So for this one, I'm going to render this one with the motion div. So motions.div. So for this one, we're gonna have like the emoji and the name. So I'm going to put another div inside here. We're gonna have like the h1 right here. So let's do this one. Maybe I'm gonna use this one as a span instead. Span, we're gonna put this emoji. And then we're gonna have like the name that we have right here. Okay, so right now, so this is the name. Great. Maybe let's just change just like this. And right now I'm going to import this one inside this one right here. So we have this one, and this is the chat header. Let's put it inside here. Let's put the bot component, and then let's give it a space of p5 as well. Right now, let's go back. When we open this one, so we should be able to see this. Nice. Right now, let's change the style of this one a little bit. So for this one, I'm going to do like the flex and then item center, gap of this one to 2. And for the span right here, I think I'm just gonna do this. So let's do this one and put the h1 inside here. And then for this one, let's give it a text of this one to 3XL. Maybe a little bit too big, I guess. Maybe 2XL is fine. Right here. And then let's give it a background. So BG 6 to 900. Let's go BG 6 to 900. There you go. And right now I'm going to do the rounded of this one is going to be full. Great. I think maybe we can increase the increase the width of this one. It's fine, like the size of this one. And for the text right here, I'm just gonna do the text of this one to gray 300. Okay, that's looking good. And right here, below right here, we're gonna have like the message, and the message right here. Right now, I'm just gonna put a random message from here. I'm just basically gonna copy this one right here and put this one. Now, if we go back, we should be able to see something like this. So for the message right here later, we're going to change this one rather than having a static of this one. We're going to pass as a props from this one instead. But right now, let's just move on and just focus on building the component of this one first. Okay. Okay, we finished our bot component. Let's try to another one is going to be like the preset question component. So I am going to return. So basically I'm going to do the motions.div as well. So for this one, it's going to be a really simple. So we're going to have like the h1 that's going to have like the message, and the message, let's say, tell me about you, just for example. Let's just copy this one, and then we're going to render this one below this one as well. And it's going to look something like this. Let's give a space of this one to 2. And so we have some spacing. Nice. And so right now for this one, I'm going to give a class name of this one to BG 6900 as well. Save this one. And for this one, I'm going to give it the inline block. And then let's do the P3 of this one. And right now, let's do the rounded to MD. So we have some spacing. Okay. I think P3 probably a little bit too big. Maybe P2, which is fine. All right, great. And for this one, the class name of this one, this is going to be the cursor pointer. And this is going to have the action on click as well. So when the user on click on this one, we're going to do something. But as of now, I'm just going to do the alert. Hello. Do this one. If I do this one, so you can see we have alert hello. Hello, nice. Great. So right now we finished this one. So for another component is going to be a user message component. This component is going to be really simple. Basically, I'm just going to copy and paste this one. So let's do this one. And I'm going to change this one is going to be a user. So we're going to flip this one around a little bit. So we flip this one. So this one is going to change to you. And right now, let's just come back here and then update our component right here. Okay. So we can have user. Okay, so but it's not looking good. Try to fix this one. So for the user right here, and for the justify right here, I'm just gonna do justify n. It's gonna push to the end, and the message here is fine as well. So actually, like this user component right here can be reusable between like the bot component and the user component. So you can try to change this one, make it reusable. But as of now, I'm just trying to make it work. So it's also happened in my production as well that I have finished. So I keep this one as it is just to make sure it works. And yeah, so right now I change this one. So basically we just need to change the emoji right here. I'm going to copy the emoji from this one and put it right here. So right now, if we look back, it looks something like this. So it's all good to go, guys. So I think this is finished for our component. So the next step that we need to do is to render this component with the message, and we're going to do some action when the user click on one of the action on this component as well. All right, so for that, let's create the static question and static answer that the user gonna show when the user like on initial load. So like just like this example. So when the user click on here, we're gonna render like this questions and then this preset question right here. Okay. So for that, I'm going to go into my constant. So I have my constant folder, which is this one, where I just put all the statics data and everything here. So I'm going to paste the static data right here. So I'm going to walk you through all of this data. I don't want to type this out. It's going to be boring for you guys. So I'm just going to do this way. So right now, if we scroll here, so first we have like a preset question. So each of the preset question, it's going to follow this structure right here. So first it's going to check if it is a bot or not. So is bot, is user, is preset question. All of this right here is going to use to determine which component that we going to render, because at the moment we create 3 components, right? So with this boolean right here, we can render each component based on this one right here. So each of this one, we're gonna have like the message, that the message, it can be like this one, it can be any message. So since this is a preset question, so each message right here should be like a question, okay? And also it is a preset question, that's why it has the answer to it as well. So we have the answer ID on this one right here. So the answer right here, we have like a preset answer as well. So the preset answer is going to be like an object that is, you know, a key like 1, 2, 3 right here with the message and with the text right here. Okay. So basically this is it right here. Okay. And also we have the preset message. That the preset message right here is like a preset conversation. When we open this one, we're gonna render this preset message right here. So as you can see inside the preset message, we have like is bot true. We have like the message, is this preset question false. So basically follow all the structure that I showed you before. And it also render like the spread the preset question as well. That's why on the initial load, you can see we have like this bot message. That is bot true. And then we have like the preset question that we display right here. Okay. All right. So right now we have this static data. So let's try to use it to render inside our demo right here. Right now, I'm just going to go back into the chat support. I'm going to create a new component called chat. And inside this chat right here, basically, I'm just going to copy what we render from this one. Just cut this one. And then we're going to render our chat component. Okay. Save this one. And let's go here. And this is going to render. I'm going to put this inside a fragment and all of this 3. So right now everything is the same. So maybe I can cut this one and put it on top right here. Okay. So right now we have like the chat component. So inside the chat right here, we're going to use the preset message to loop and display on each component. So we're going to map, we're going to have like a message, and right here we're going to have a key. And this one is we're going to return. So the return right here, we're going to do condition. So we're going to do if the message dot is bot. So we're going to return the bot. Okay, we're going to return the bot component. And then this one, we need a key. We're going to pass a key as well. We're going to do another one, else if the message is a preset question. So we're going to return a preset question. And this one need a key as well. A key, and L if the message dot is user, okay, and then we're gonna return user component, and then we need the key on this one as well. Great. So we hit save on this one. Right now, if I click, okay, so right now it's wrong right here. So maybe the preset question right here, it's wrong. Okay. I think I forgot to save this one. So right now, let's try to save this one. So if we go back, so we can see we have this one right here. I feel like it's wrong. Okay. I don't know, but it's kind of a lot right here. Anyway, let's try to fix this one. Okay, so inside our chat right here, we should not render from this one. We should render from the state instead, because the message is going to change. So for that, I'm going to create a state. It's called messages. Set messages. Set messages is going to be use state. And then we're going to pass the preset message inside here. And then instead of this one, we're going to run loop from this one instead. And right now, I'm going to remove this tree, try to open this one. Okay, so right now, as you can see, we have this one. So, but right now, the text right here is statics from each individual component. So because as you can see, each individual component have this preset text. So we need to change this one and use it as a prop instead. So let's just change this one and pass it as a message. And the message right here is come from the props. And since this is a TypeScript, so we need to adding the type of it as well. Okay, this one right here, oops, this one. Do something like this, and then like this. Okay, now it's all good to go. Just basically, I'm just gonna copy and paste this one to every component that we have. And we're gonna change of the static text to the message right here. And the message right here as well. Great. Right now, the only thing that we need to do is we need to fix this one, because right now it needs to accept the message. So we're going to do the message, that message right here. And then we're going to do this one and this one as well. Okay. Now if I open this one, so you can see right now we have like this message right here that come from our constant message. And this is, we have this one as well. So basically, if I wanted to change, I just basically come into this data and then change, and then it's reflect to here. So for example, if I delete this one, so as you can see, I think I need to render this one again. So as you can see, it changed to this one. Nice. So right now it's all good to go. We render correctly. And right now let's work on the interactivity, because this is the last part of this feature right here. So when we click, the user click on this one, we're going to render like the user message that's going to ask this one. Okay. So for this one right now, I'm going to try to make this one animation. So when we hover on this one, let's do the track wider and then transition to all. Is it working? Okay, nice. So we have this one. It's good. I think I'm going to increase the px of this one to 3. So, okay. All right, this is good. Great. So right now, when I click on this one, so I need to, when I click on this one, I need to create a new message that's going to add this one, and then we're going to render this one again. Okay. So for that, I'm going to do handle a preset questions. So this one right here. And then, so for this one, we're going to pass as a props to the preset question right here. So this is going to be an on click. And then we're going to pass this one right here. So let's go into our presets question. And then we're going to have like the on click right here. And then we're going to add the type of our on click. Okay. We're going to pass the type of on click. And our on click is going to be something like this. Great. So right now there's no more error. And then we're going to replace our on click right here with this on click. Okay. Really nice. Okay. So right now, what I'm going to pass into this one. So when we click on this one, it's going to know which answer that we're going to answer, which question that is being asked. So for that, we based on the key right here, we can know that. So for that, this question need to passing the key. So I guess we can do something like this, which is right here. And for this function right here, I'm going to pass as a key to this one. Okay. And right now, this one needs to pass a key, which is an index, which is a number. And right now, let's just do the alerts, all those index right here. Great. Right now, if I click on this one, so you can see we have index 1, we have index 2, and then we have index 3. So we can know which index of the message that we get from this one. So right now, if I can get the question, so since this is like the preset question, it's going to be message / index right here. And from here, I can just alert questions dot, let's say, answer ID or the questions dot message. Question dot message. No. Question right here. Dot. Oh, okay. I think this one is just wrong right here. So when I click on here, so you can see the we get the answer ID. So based on the answer ID right here, I can be able to get it from the preset answer right here. Okay. That's nice. So right now I need to, right now I know which questions that are being asked and which answer that I'm going to respond. So for that, I'm just going to set the question, set the message right here. This is the current message, which is we're going to do like this. So basically I'm just going to do spread the current message, and then we're going to add a new one. So for the new one right here, it's going to follow this structure. So for that, I'm going to copy this one and come here and add this structure. So the structure of this one, so the bot is going to be false. So since this is going to respond as a user, the is user is going to be true. And the message, the answer, we can keep it this one as default right here, empty. And then for the message right here, we're going to get from the preset answer. So the preset answer is going to get it from the questions dot answer ID. Okay, so we need to cast this one as a type of this one. So if you hover on this one, I'm going to cast this one as the unknown, and then as key of type of, then preset answer. Okay. All right. So if we go this one again. All right. So right now it looks like we have some problem right here. So the problem is that for the preset answer right here, it's returned as an object. So as you can see in the preset answer, so basically we need to access the message key right here. So for this one, we're just gonna do dot message, then the error should be gone. Okay. All right. Cool. So right now, if I open this one, if I click on this one, so as you can see right now, we are asking this one. Okay. Okay. So this one, so this is wrong. So we should not render the answer. So this one should be render the question message, right? So this one should be, maybe we can still use this one. So we can cut this one. So, but this one is going to do a questions dot message. The questions dot message instead. So let's try to open this one again. So if I click on tell me about your platform, so that should display tell me about your platform. Okay. So if I click on this one, it should display this one. But right now the text right here display is not working correctly. Maybe we can update this one. So let's do text on this one to the right. Okay, so it's up here, but it's not changing. Okay, not this one. Not on the preset question, but on the user right here. So let's go back here, and the text of this one is going to be right. And that should be going this direction. Okay, that's looking good. All right, great. So right now, if I open this one again, if I click, so as you can see, text on the right. If I click on this one, nice and nice. So it's not nice, this one. We're gonna fix it later. Okay, right now it's working. This one, great. So right now we need to adding the preset answer to this one. So for that one, we need to go back and up here. And so basically we're just gonna go this one. I'm gonna go this and copy this one, and basically I'm gonna copy everything here. Okay, just copy this one, and then for the message right here, we're gonna do render this one right here. So for this one is not gonna be user. The user is gonna be false, and this one is the bot is gonna be true. So right now, if I click on this one again, so for example, I reset, click on this one. So first we have tell me about your platform, and this is gonna be automatically answer to this one. So as you can see, so first let's walk through this one again. So when the user click, first we set up the question right here as the user asking this question, and then the second object that we adding this one is the answer from the bot that we're gonna respond like, okay, so when the user click here, and then we're gonna answer them with this question. So that's why we follow this one right here. So as you can see, and also if you wanted to display like again this preset question, so basically we can just spread again like a preset question. So we have like a preset question right here. And so if, for example, if I close again and I click, so right now it showed the preset question, but as of now it's gone due to the layout right here. We're gonna fix it later. Okay, so right now I'm gonna keep as it is. Okay, right now let's try to fix the layout first before we continue to make this one even better. So for that, to make this one better, we need to wrap around our chat component with the scroll component. So otherwise it's gonna mess up this one. So for that, let's go to chat cn, and then you can search for the scroll area, which is this one right here. And let's just install this one. Let's copy this one, come back here, and then we're gonna paste this one. So it's gonna be automatically installed for me. And let's come back here. So to do this one, we just gonna import the scroll area. I'm gonna add it on top right here. And right now the installation is complete. And then so for that, I'm going to wrap around this one. So maybe I'm gonna change this div right here from this div to the scroll area instead. Okay. And right now, if I'm going back here, so if I click, so you can see right now we have the scroll area, which is really nice. You can see right now it's fixed all of our problem. Okay, of the layout problem. Okay, great. Okay, so right now let's try to make it better. So one of the things that we need to fix first, when we click on this one, it's going to render out the question, but the question here render every question, right? So we need to filter out of the question that haven't asked yet. So for that, let's create a state to keep track of the question that's being asked, or the question that haven't asked. So for this, I'm gonna do like the answer, and then we're gonna do set the answer, and then this one, let's do use to state is gonna be equal to empty, and the type of this one is gonna be string of this one. And so right here, so we're gonna do update questions, update answer is going to be equal to the current answer. So the current answer of this one with the questions.answer.id. Okay, so right now we have this data right here, so we use it to filter out this one. So this one we're gonna do dot filter, and then we're gonna have like the question, right? So we're gonna do the questions dot answer ID that is not include inside this one. So basically not update answer dot includes in the questions dot answer ID. Okay, so basically we render out of the questions that have not been answered yet. So this is what we do here. So if I click on this one again, so you can see right now, since we asked to tell me about your platform already, so we're not gonna render that again. So if I click again, so okay, it's look like this one is it's working, but right now we haven't updated our state, that's why it's wrong. So right here we just update our set answer to the updated answer. If we save this one and let's try to do it again. So if we click here, so 2, click here is 1, and click here, it's all gone. Okay, great. So right now our functionality, it's worked completely fine. Next up is we need to fix up the scroll, the user experience. So right now, if for example, I click here, I need to scroll down to the bottom to see this one, right? So for that, we need to create the use effects to scroll down. And so for this one, let's do use effects. And then, so for this one, we need to listen on the message.length change. So whenever the message change, we're gonna do some action here. And so for this one, we need to create another div. I'm gonna create another div. I'm gonna give the ID of this one to like a bottom chat right here. And so when the message change, we're gonna do document.getElements by ID, and this one is going to be the bottom chat. Going to scroll into view, and let's do with the behavior of this one is going to be smooth as well. Okay, so right now if I click on this one, so you can see it scroll down, so we can see the latest message. And if I click on again, so it scroll down, it click on again, it scroll down. So this is a lot better for the user. And one more thing is we need to make the chat header right here is sticky. So for that, so when the user scroll, it's gonna stay there, so the user can close this one easily. So for that, let's go into our chat header, which is this component right here. So for this one, I'm gonna give this one an absolute, and then this one a relative. So let's do this one. Let's save this one. And so right now, this one, let's give it a top to 0. And the width of this one to full, and the right of this one to 0 as well. And let's give the BG of this one. So the BG of this one to 700. Let's save this one. So as you can see, but right now it's like it's covered on top of this one. So for this one, just make sure I do like this one. I'm gonna give like the empty margin of this one to 5. Maybe not 5. Let's do 10. Just basically push it down right here. So 16, empty 16. So this is all good to go. Okay. So right now, if I scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, so you can see this is stay on top. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. Great. So right now we need to do one more thing is the animation. So right now it feel like it doesn't have like a feel like chats at all. So when you click, it's up here right away. It's not good. So let's try to make this one a little bit better than what we have right here. So for this one, I'm gonna give this one the initial of the opacity of the 0. Okay, but when it's open, I'm gonna give the opacity of this one to 1. So for that, let's go on the animate of this one, and then let's do opacity to 1 if it is open. So it's open, is open, we're gonna go into 1, else we're gonna go into 0 right here. So right here we need to pass like the is open right here. So is open, and we have another is open right here, which is going to be the booleans. And so right now we need to change this one with past the is open with the is open as well. Okay, so right now I'm doing prop trilling. So we need to pass this is open right here from our chat right here. Okay, so is open and then is open, which is going to be boolean. And so we need to add it right here once more. Is open right here. Okay, let's do is open. Cool. So right now it's all good to go. If we scroll down, we have this one. Let's try to see this one. Okay, it's not changing anything. So right now let's try to do like some delay transition. I think the transition on this one. So the transition, I'm gonna do delay of the 0.5 second. Okay, cool. Right now if we go up, so you can see we have some delay right here. So it's pop up right here. Nice. So we're gonna do the same things to the preset question as well. So if I'll come in here, so if it is open, we're gonna opacity right here, and then we going to add this one to like a 0.7, and so we need an is open here as well. Is open here is gonna be boolean. Do boolean here, and then we're gonna update this one. Is open is gonna be equal to is open. Great. So right now if I click here, so you can see it's pop up and then 1, 2, 3 right here. Very nice. So right now one last thing is for the user. So when they click on here, this is open immediately. So for the user, I'm going to do exactly the same. Well, this one, just copy this one and go for the user on this one, but we do not need to do like, you know, is open at all for this one. We can just do like 1 right here, and then this one we do not to do, and we don't need to do any delay. Okay, I think this is fine. So right now, let's go here. We open, we click. Okay. This one is open immediately. Let's see the demo. Is it the same thing? Okay. It's open immediately. All right. So yeah, when you click it, you ask immediately, and then but the response is gonna like slightly delay, like 5 milliseconds, just to like to show you like it feel like it is being texting. Okay. All right. Great. I guess this is it, guy. I think I finished the demo right here. Everything is all responsive, even on the larger screen, it's all responsive as well. And yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. So hopefully you like this one. And so right now you can take this one, make it better, and make it a new version. The second version of it is gonna add ChatGPT and database into this one. So let's if I finish that one, I will try to make the tutorial as well. But as of now, I finished this one. I can integrate this one with any project that I want. And all right, cool. So let me know in the comment, what do you think? So as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.